going to wait just a couple minutes. It is raining out there. Just give people a chance to get here. right, welcome everybody to our second um, National Signing Day for our football program. We are excited for the opportunity that these young men are going to get to play at the next level. Um, and like I always say, that's not just the players, not just our coaches. More importantly, is the families that started them at a young age and made sure that they stayed committed all the way through this moment. So many times, good athletes are lost because they don't have that commitment at home. It truly takes more than what we can offer to make sure that they get what's available to them. I would like to take a moment to recognize some folks that are here today. Some of our directors. Dr. Kilcrease is in the back. He's over our federal programs. Ms. Kimmel, she's our director of Human Resources. Mr. Bowersmith, he's our IT director. Ms. Thompson is our community director. And then our new special needs director, Dr. Copeland. Welcome. We're glad to have you at your first signing as a director. Also, I would like to thank our principals from the Russell County High School. Without them allowing us to do things, getting players out of class on game day, making sure they have what they need to be prepared for that night's event. Without their willingness to partner with us, none of this would happen. So Mr. Daniel, our principal, Ms. Cody, our assistant principal, Ms. Shoup, our assistant principal, and Mr. Scott, our other assistant principal. The list is long of who helps with all of this. Our NCAA coordinator for Russell County High School, our senior counselor, Ms. Valerie's in the back. She's the one that gets everybody connected in the clearinghouse and makes sure that they get what they need for these opportunities. And then last, I would like to thank the media for being here. WTVM, Mackenzie Collins, WRBL, Eldrick Dowdell, and then our very own Russell County High School from our TV production class, Mr. Theodore Ivy. So thank y'all for always coming to help put Russell County out in the public. Again, today's a great day. It's what our coaches get into coaching for. And for that, I'm appreciative of the hard work that they do as the athletic director. Our football coaches, they do a very good job of making sure that every kid that wants to play at the next level, they turn over every rock to try to make that happen. So I am very thankful to you guys that are in the back. Appreciate all your hard work. It does not go unnoticed. So at this time, I'd like to turn the program over to our head football coach. I'm sorry. Our principal, turn the program over to our principal, Mr. Daniel.
Good afternoon. And guys, it is a great day to be a Warrior. I want everyone to give a round of applause for these players again, please. To coaches, to students, to administration, to central office staff, and especially parents, thank you. You did a great job with these young men. Like I told the class before, guys, when you go to these universities, to these colleges, do not come back. And I mean that, okay? It's going to get hard. It's going to get tough. But do not come back, okay? With that being said, I would like to introduce Russell County High School football coach, Coach Dylan Griggs.
What a great day to be a Warrior. I always like to start this off by saying, I think a lot of times in sports, we tend to think that everything's about wins and losses. And I'll be completely honest, for me, it's just about opening doors. I always think that winning is a byproduct of doing a lot of things the right way. But winning should be the least important thing that we're concerned about. What we should be concerned about is opening as many doors as possible for these teenagers and giving them the understanding that if you believe in something, we're not talking about hope, we're talking about belief in something, anything is possible. And without a doubt, without these football coaches being with them every day, we've got one of the best coaching staffs I've ever been a part of. They are truly here for these kids. They believe in these kids. I mean, coaches on this staff will give everything they got, and the kids are likewise. The family that we have developed over the last 5 years of my time here has just been something that I wake up every day and I feel just special to be a part of. To this senior class, you were literally the greatest senior class in Russell County high school history. From wins to GPAs to kids signing, because 4 years ago when our backs were up against the wall, instead of being like everybody else or a lot of people in today's society, you didn't quit. You believed in each other and you had each other's back. And the memories that we have made, I will forever cherish. You know, the best thing that I get to do is I get to see my child grow up and be around a bunch of great young men who are great role models for them. And, you know, for somebody like me, that's the epitome of why we're here, is to be around people who are just infectious. So without a doubt, I'd like to give this senior class a round of applause as a whole. Now, as I talk about this senior class, I would also like to reiterate what Coach Knox said. We have the best Board of Education I've ever been a part of. Our directors from top to bottom are involved. I mean, it's always nice when you go to our board meeting and our board members are like, I was in the car watching the game, watching every minute. That's because everybody cares about each other here. We're lucky to have a fabulous principal, and Mr. Daniel and our APs are as amazing as anybody I have ever met. They truly care about these kids from the top to the bottom. It's just, we're lucky to be a Russell County Warrior, and this is something that I hope that y'all cherish forever. I hope when y'all come back in 10 years, you're proud of what you've built here, because you laid down a foundation that I think will be sustainable for a long, 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 long time. Now, I could talk forever, but today is not about hearing anything that I got to say. So we're going to go ahead and start the festivities. I'd like to ask Mr. Caden Jackson to come on up to the stand.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing? First off, I want to give a big thanks to the man above, because without him, nothing's possible. I want to give a big shout out to my family for making every sacrifice they needed to do for me to be successful. Thank you to my coaches, Coach Powell, Coach Albert, Coach Young, Coach Dixon, Coach Edwards, SOT, Coach Bobby, Coach Barnes, Coach Moats, Coach Marshall, Coach Thomas, Coach Brazel, Coach Helms, Coach Griggs. I thank the whole Russell County coaching staff for believing in me and always having my back. Thank you, Miss Valerie, Miss Tremble, Miss Shute, to all the teachers and administrators that didn't give up on me, and also my teammates. When I came back, y'all welcomed me with open arms. I appreciate y'all. But with that being said, I'll be attending Point University.
could have everybody's attention. So this is a little bit different. A lot of people don't know this. I started off as a student assistant at Troy. I actually started off as a manager, and a coach who has now passed away of cancer gave me a shot to be a student assistant, and it changed my trajectory and my path for forever. And so every now and then, we like to pride ourselves on our kids having a high football IQ and the way that our coaches teach them, that they truly understand the game. But every now and then you'll meet a young man whose knowledge, you just know, like, man, if things go the right way, that is God intended him to be a football coach. And so we've got a young man today who is going to be signing. I'm going to let him talk a little bit up here, but he's going to be signing to be a student assistant football coach at a Division I school. I'd like to ask Carlos Cotton to come on up to the top.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to thank the man above for putting me in this position. I want to thank my family, my mom, my stepdad. He stepped in and did something a lot of men wouldn't do for me. Uh, Helping me make this decision was really a guy that I look up to, Coach Dixon. Me and Coach Dixon would talk for almost, it's like hours of conversation between us with football knowledge, him trusting me, and us just talking, him teaching me, molding on to me, helping me make this decision as wanting to step into my young coaching career. I want to thank Coach Powell. Uh, Always stayed down with me. We had a couple run-ins to where it was like negative, but he never turned his back on me like a couple coaches would. That's always my guy. I love him with everything he give me. The Coach Spivey, it was a long time ago. I was like 14, 15 maybe. I broke my leg, it was a bad incident. But after the incident, it kind of like went good, and I built stronger and closer to him. And I want to say thank you to him, because without him, I would really be nothing. And with all that being said, I will be going to Alabama now to start my young coaching career as a student assistant.
Next up, I'd like to ask Mr. Tristan Daniels and his family to come on up to the stage.
afternoon. Uh, First, I want to give all glory to God. Thank all my teammates, coaches, Coach Roberson, Coach Duke, Coach Grizz, Coach Basil, for getting me to where I am today. Um, with all that being said, I'll be attending Appendix Community College.
So interesting fact, and I'm going to talk about this young man just briefly for a second. But to tie in the Independence Community College, that's one of the biggest junior college programs in the country. They were on the Netflix series Last Chance U, and so to have one go to a school like that, I think is a testament to this program. They comb the entire country trying to find the best of the best to give them the best opportunity they got for their next step. But Tristan is not the only one that got a scholarship to Independence Community College. We had a young man who woke up with a bad virus today and was able to make it, but I wanted to make sure that we gave him his flowers. That's Mr. Eugene Robinson, will be attending Independence Community College. All right, Mr. Dupins, it's your time.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? First off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank Coach Barnes, both Coach Spivey and Coach Griggs, and the whole Russell County organization. So with that being said, I'll be furthering my academics and athletics career too, Point University.
Mr. DJ Horn.
First off, I want to give praise to the man above because without him, I wouldn't be the man I am right now. Also, I want to give thanks to my coaches for making me the man I am today, pushing me every day at practice to be a better player. Also, I want to give thanks to my family because without them, I don't know where I'd be at right now. So with that being said, for the next 2 to 4 years, I'll be going to LaGrange College.
If I could have everybody's attention again. Uh, what a story this is. I would love to ask Mr. Qualito James up to the stage.
How everybody doing today? I like thank everybody for coming. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank the man above, and I want to thank my team over there, my coaches, because they made a one senior season today. They made a one senior season, and I ain't know all this was gonna happen. See, when I came in, I ain't play football for my sophomore and junior season. Only played football my senior season. I ain't know all this was gonna happen. But yesterday I had got my first offer, and I'm glad because I'm gonna take it all the way. And I'll be glad spending my next 2 years at Birmingham Prep University.
Oh, I cannot wait. Mr. Eldred Page, come on up and let's hear this speech.
afternoon, everyone. I would like to start off by thanking God because none of it would be possible without Him. I would like to thank my family members for supporting me along the way for this journey. I would like to thank my coaches, teammates, and friends. And I appreciate Point University coaching staff for giving me another opportunity to play football. And with that being said, I'll be signing to Point University.
Mr. Pollard, you ready? Everybody, please give Mr. Pollard a round of applause.
What's up, y'all? First and foremost, I would like to thank the man above, the one and only Jesus Christ Himself. Secondly, I would like to thank all my coaches and teammates. Shout out Coach Grizz. Shout out Coach Timo. But I'd like to give a bigger shout out to Coach Caldwell and Coach Dixon. I'm very grateful and very thankful for them, and I will pay them back with the most success. I am very grateful and thankful and humble for this opportunity. With that being said, I'll be taking my athletic career and education at Point University.
Next up, Mr. Noah Sterling.
Good afternoon, y'all. How y'all doing? That's good. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time of today. But the first person I want to thank is the man up above. Wouldn't none of this be possible without him. I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank the whole Russell County coaching staff, but specifically I want to thank Coach Powell, Coach Barnes, Coach Spivey, Coach Griggs for shaping me into the man I am today. And to my teammates, I really appreciate y'all. You know, from 2-8 to 10-2, y'all boys held me down and accept me into y'all family. But with all that being said, I'll be furthering my education to Miles College.
Mr. Dallas Weatherington, please up to the stage.
How y'all doing today? First, I want to start by thanking the man above. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. I also want to thank my coaches, my teammates, and my friends. I also want to thank my parents, because without them, this wouldn't be possible either. I also want to give a big shout out to Coach Spivey. When I moved down here, he took me under his wing and got me right in the lab. I wanted to give a big shout out to to all my coaches actually, Coach Dixon, everybody. I appreciate all of y'all, Coach Griggs. And without that being said, for the next 2 years, I'll be going to Birmingham Prep.
So this next one, and I want to say this before I ask this. So this signing class, we signed 15 kids to different opportunities at different colleges. 11 of them are today, 4 were early enrollees. This young man, after our December signing day, got a offer to go to this college, and he did not get his day, and so he drove all the way down after class today because I wanted to make sure after everything he's done for us in this school and how proud he makes all of us that he had his time to shine. I'd like everybody to welcome Ty Davis up to the stage.
Good evening. I'd like to start off by thanking God, because without Him, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't have the ability to play this sport, do any of this that I'm doing. Secondly, I'd like to thank my family and everybody that's been around me since I was 4, started playing this sport, and been with me ever since up until now. I'd like to thank the coaches for believing in me, even when I made the switch from coming to Central to here, and then Coach Griggs, Coach Dixon, all of y'all putting y'all trust into me when I got here, not knowing what to do, what I was going to do, but telling me to keep the faith, stick with the process, and all that. I'd like to thank the teachers, like Ms. Com, Ms. Trammell, all of y'all. It's a lot to name, a lot more to name, but I'd like to thank all of y'all for basically just helping me adjust when I first got here, all the way up until now, and best believe I will be coming to see y'all after I'm done. But with that being said, I will be furthering my academic and athletic career at Miles College.
So, in conclusion, just what a wonderful day to be a Warrior. I like to reiterate that none of this would really be possible. One, obviously, without the man above. You know, I want to reiterate again. I think our job as educators is to simply to open doors. You know, this is a ministry. This is not about me or how good of a coach I am or anybody. It's literally just about breathing life into children, and that being contagious. And you know, our coaching staff from Coach Carlton Spivey to Coach Monte Spivey to Coach Barnes, Coach Z, Coach Timo, Coach Moats, local legend, Coach Dixon, Coach Brazel, Coach Cardwell, Coach Edwards, Coach Pritchett, Coach Helms, Coach Powell, and Coach Thomas. I definitely can't forget Coach Thomas. How lucky are we to be around just such infectious men every day, leaders of men, to breathe life. And I hope all of you gentlemen that are sitting here watching this, if this is not the goal here, then we need to sit down and we need to talk, because this isn't about football. Once again, this is about life, and this is about opening doors and using each other to sharpen each other's swords and to make each other better men. In closing, it's a great day to be a Warrior. Thank you. My guys, head back to the locker room. Hey guys, everybody that signed, please come up here to